An interesting question from Vlad about placements. Hello Gennady, I have a question for you about placements. Watch the video, questions remain. Is it possible to boost rest of search and promote it? The idea is that rest works in one place. If you start promoting it, it stops working. When I say boosting by 200-300%, I mean that. So the product works well in the growth phase. Once we start promoting it, it begins to perform poorly. In broad, sales don't decline, they stay at the same level. But ACOS deteriorates and spend increases. In exact, sales are increasing. But with a poor ACOS, they start to grow step 20%. That's a very interesting question because the placements are real. Can change both ACOS and the number of sales. And bid changes not only by 20%. And at 10, they can completely collapse yours. Sales. What should be done? How do it right? Push rest of search. Consider options. Here, it's probably a similar situation. If the product isn't top-notch in the top 10, it's not competitive with our top competitors. And we found a position in the rest, somewhere in the second half, or at the bottom of first page, where we convert quite well. Instant buyers use stars and price. Purchases are mainly based on stars and price. They buy from the first screen of visibility. Those who take a more measured approach, compare products, are looking for its characteristics, and can assess our advantages. Find us at the bottom of the first page. They weigh product. They read reviews with descriptions. They look at high quality photos and with growth and convert quite well. Starting growth, we're moving up into the instant purchase zone. Competitors have 20-30x more stars, uncompetitive 20 or 30 times more. They have more stars than we do, and we don't look competitive. They can click on us. But people making instant purchases, the rules don't choose us. So the number of clicks noticeably increases, but also sells. But the growth is much more than we would like. We're not interested in that. So in this case, pushing the rest is literally useless. And this applies to the exact company as a rule. If we are working with a broad phrase, then when we change the placement bid percentage, we experience the placement bid percentage we have happening, the change in the semantic core of sales. So look at it as a rule. I think that the majority sales by search term reach the highest CPC, it's 10 euros, to the highest possible CPC. In this case, we have 10 euros. So often the first 20 cents generate the main sales. Sometimes they stretch to 30, sometimes to 40 cents. It depends on competitiveness. The lower the differences between bids for different search terms, and look at the 282 orders, we see that most of it we are pushed to approximately 10 euros. So that's 0 euros. 7 euros, 26 euros, 6 euros, 24, 06, 64. And we see that the majority, this is the first, approximately 10 cents further, dollar from euro to 90 cents. There are still some for sale. Less than 90, they are already single digits, less than 80. So less than 30 cents from the maximum bid. As you can clearly observe, you see there are only 5 out of 282 sales. So if we change the bid by 20 cents, we are stepping out of the core of our selling CPC. And for example, if we lower it by 20 cents, then we no longer have $1.10. By 20%, if we lower it, it's no longer $1.10. And already 99 is the maximum bid, and below 99 we see they are cut off. The most powerful, the biggest of our sales are being cut off. They might perhaps be less than 99. There will be a lot of cheap ones, search terms with cheap CPC, but that's not a fact. Just like that, by raising our bid from $1.10 to $1.31. So our main clicks will go to CPCs, which cost from 1.30 to 1.20, up to 1.10. And our hour in 1.0, 7 at 10. 6 can be cut off, and we can get the same number of clicks. Impressions can even increase when raising the bid, but it's not a fact that there will be sales in the same quantities there. Plus, more expensive search terms will be more competitive. So you can't suddenly change the bid by 20%. I would recommend 3, 5% changes, 10% track search terms, impressions hitting, they convert. What search terms our impressions are hitting, how well they convert, how relevant they are. And we need to look for actually 20 cents off the maximum possible bid. What cluster? We will collect search terms and to get all the sales specifically for this cluster. That will be the best solution.